Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, and this is part 5 on the continuing work going on the 78 Nova. Last video we got the brake done on this side. The drum was all messed up and big old ridge on it. Brake pads were good. So I got these drums for 25 bucks each at Rock Auto, and I just now got the other side off right here, and they are AC Delco, 25 bucks, can't beat it. That's them right there. This side wasn't too bad, a little bit of a ridge, but I think I'll just keep that one as a spare. The other one went in the scrap pile because it was too bad. As you can see, the brake pads are pretty good shape. I scuffed them up with some sandpaper and lots of meat on them. And see if I can do this with one hand. And there she is. I adjusted the brakes out so it fit snug. Okay, so I got the new shocks from Rock Auto also. These are the Gabriels here, and we're fixing to put the rear shocks on for now, and I don't know if I'm going to change that rear end fluid or just check it and top it off, but I need to do something with that. I'm trying to get this whole ass end done. Got the exhausts done last video. I just run it straight there with a little dump and a little bracket up there. That's all I'm gonna do to it. Okay, so we need to finish up the ass end, rear end fluid, the brake shocks, and I got the Shackles right here. So we'll get going and do that. So we'll just we're concentrating on that right now. Then we'll go on the front and take the wheels off and check the brakes, rotors, all that. And the trunk was these old pads, so I'm hoping that they got new pads on there. Also, I just made a video on the next project after this, which is the 72 Nova. I won't go over too much because I just made the video on it, so watch for that. And we're gonna get started on this one, even though it's a V8, but the engine's just sitting in there. It's a newer LT1 engine, and I don't know how good it is or anything. So that's been sitting there for a year and a half because, you know, I didn't really have a good drivetrain that I knew to put in there and everything. But yesterday I found this on Facebook Marketplace. I got it for $1,000, and it's got the 6-banger in it. So we're having starting to get a real Nova Fest 6-banger going on. So this engine and transmission, Power Glide, is going in the 72. I just can't get over how good this thing runs. Runs like a champ. It just runs great. I want to start on it so bad. It's just going to be a parts car because it's a 4-door ugly rusty thing. But I want to take the front end apart, take the engine transmission out, get it all ready to put in that 72. But anyway, check out that video. But for now, we're going to get rolling on this 78 and get as much done as we can. Let me see what else I wanted to go over. Said I got the taillights. I want to do this ass end, hopefully in this video. Get all this rear end done, painted all the jam and everything, put in the taillights, strip down the rubber, and try to do all that. Probably paint underneath the deck lid too. And we need to take this out for a test drive. It already run and drove. I should have taken y'all for a ride on it before I jacked it all up and started taking it apart. But let me get this ass end back together, and then we'll take it for a ride. Had a few comments. You know, we replaced this quarter in the second, third episode. Replaced that quarter panel because it was so rusty and full of Bondo. And then had a comment that I should replace the other side because it's going to be just as rusty. And before I had checked this, and see this wheel lip under here, there's nothing. Absolutely perfect under there. There's no rust or rot. Now it's got Bondo here. There's a dent. There's a little dent here and some Bondo. And we got Bondo here. But I was just going, and Bondo up here also. But I was just going to grind this down and redo it. But there's no rot down here. So what I found out when I took that little bumper filler off, if you can see this quarter's already been replaced. So all the welds right here, they tacked it in right here. I don't know exactly. Maybe that's what this Bondo's from. Well, I can't feel no ridge there. They might have put in a full quarter all the way. Yeah, there's a little Bondo or something right there. I think they put on a full quarter. Won't know till I grind it down where they joined it in. Usually they join it in here somewhere, but anyway, so yeah, we won't need a quarter for this. It'll be a bunch of Bondo work. We're not doing that this video, but just for it's just what I came across, taking off that bumper filler, that it has been replaced before. Don't know when, but it doesn't look like there's any rust. You can tell in here. Well, the box and stuff is in the way, but around the wheel well there on the inside, there's no rust or nothing, so I think this one will be okay. Okay, so let me get the shocks done, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, new shocks are in. Wasn't too bad. There's the old one, and they are shot. Push them right down like that. They don't come up. They're shot. There's that one there. Like I said, these work. They're shot. So it should ride a lot better. Okay, let me do something with that rear end, and I'll be back. Okay guys, out here burning the midnight oil again. I got the Shackles on there. Let me see if I can. I got all these bugs flying around my light. Okay, see? And then these are the factory ones here. See how much smaller they are. The bolts that came with the Shackles, these were not long enough, and they weren't thick enough to fit in these bushings. Somebody mentioned that probably should put new bushings in there. Although they got some little cracks on the outside, they're actually pretty good. They didn't all fall apart or anything like some of them body mount bushings. So we got them on there. The other thing I was going to mention, somebody asked me if I was going to put those rally rims on there, Chevy rally rims, but I kind of like these rims that are on it. What I'm going to do is, I think you can buy these universal ones on eBay. You just got to measure whatever it is, 3 inch, 2.5, and I'll get new chrome or aluminum or something, center caps, and new lug nuts. Lug nuts are like 20 bucks for a set. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep these ones. It'll have nice center caps and new shiny lug nuts. And I think I'm going to, I was going to change them to front tires, but I got her jacked up now. Can't go too wide because they're only 15 by 7s. So I think I'm going to get some of them, what were they, 255 60 15s that were on the RT right there. I think I'm going to put these ones that were on the back, put them on the front, and then mount some 255s on the front ones, rims, and put them on the back. I'm kind of anxious to get it off the jack stands now to see how much that raised the rear end. Probably be like the RT there, raise it, probably can't see too good here, raise it a couple inches. That'll be good enough, give it a good stance. Okay, so we're almost done on this rear end, other than I got to pour 15 all underneath there. I'm going to pour 15 the Shackles, clean up the rear end. I haven't decided whether I'm going to put in new fluid. I probably will. I'll probably take that cover off and put new fluid in it. I might as well. It ain't very much. A couple more dead batteries to O'Reilly's there and get it for basically free. Okay, so I'll be back in the morning when I get some more done. Try to get this rear end done, and then we can go on the front there and check the brakes and do the front shocks and all that. Okay, I'll see you later. Okay guys, it's the next morning. Just wanted to give you a look at the stance of it. I think it looks pretty damn good, although I'm going to be putting those rear tires on the front and get some 255s 60s for the back. And I'm hoping those 215s on the back, no, they're 225s, won't be too big for the front, because what's on there right now is 205s. But anyway, that's with the Shackles. See it here in the daytime now. Got them on there. I got to get some more pour 15 rear end fluid to do the back end, and then it'll be done. But I just took it off the jack stands for now. I wanted to see what it looked like. And here's from the other side. There's pretty good stance on it. Shackles made a big difference. Looks like the old Muscles car. Look, okay, I had it jacked up with this wheel off. I'll show you that here in a minute. Okay, front brake pads look pretty good. Lots of meat on them. Rotor looks good. I already started sanding a little bit on here. I'm gonna pour 15 all the wheel well, A-frame, frame, all that stuff, even probably the rotor here. She spins over pretty good, but I'm going to take it all apart and repack the wheel bearings. The rotor looked good, no grooves in it. I kind of scuffed it off a little bit. Once I take it off, I'll sand it a little bit more. So I think we're good on the front brakes. Front brake hose looks, it's okay. But I'll be checking over some stuff like this. I'm gonna get a new fuel filter here for it. Some little stuff. So I gotta get some more transmission fluid, fuel filter, rear end fluid. And I'll just make a list, and later today I'll go down there and get that. So yeah, I'm gonna do the other side like this too. So, and I'm gonna go to the local parts store to get some pour 15, I think, instead of waiting 3 or 4 days from eBay, just so I can get this all done. Okay, so I'll be back later. Okay guys, I'm gonna go over this for some of you that haven't done it before. First off, you take the caliper off. It sits up here like this with 2 bolts that go in there like that. hold the caliper on, then you just pull the caliper off, set it up on something so you don't stretch and break this line. Okay, the same thing if you're doing a brake job or wheel bearing. As you can see, there's a lot of meat on there, so I'm just going to scuff them up with some sandpaper. There's no grooves on it. Okay, now the wheel bearing, I already took the bearing itself off, and a bearing and a washer goes on here, and then a nut and a cotter pin goes on there. So here's the cotter pin here, and then after you tighten the bolt, you put the cotter pin, goes through here, and then there's a little hole right there, goes in. Okay, now when you put this back together, you tighten this up all the way till it's pretty snug. Don't torque it on there till it's pretty snug, and then back it off about a half a turn to a turn, so it's just snug. Then you put your cotter pin in. Don't tighten this up all the way. I just got a guy over here buying a whole hub from me from a Dodge pickup, and he claims the owner's or the service manual told him to torque it to 140 pounds. So he torqued this thing down to 140 pounds, and then I think it lasted like 1 mile down the road, and he said the whole hub just froze up. So don't be stupid like that. Okay, so that's how you take it off and put it back on, and then you pull it off. Okay, pull it off like this. Now if you're, I'm lucking out because everything's good. See this bearing? This bearing is all good. Look for discoloration. Of course, this is, you can see the grease in there, so it's been greased up. But if you had a car that run out of grease, this thing will get all colored up. Then this thin metal that the bearings are held into will start breaking and just scoring up the whole rotor, and then it's screwed. You'll have to get a whole new rotor assembly. Okay, so you check that out, make sure that's good. It's good. And then your hub here, same thing. If it's worn out and breaks in there, it'll score all this up and chunks, and you can't just put in a new bearing. You got to get a whole new hub. Okay, so that's about it. These are the little seals back here and here, and make sure there's no, if you got a bunch of grease coming out the sides, then you got to replace these seals here. Okay, but mine look good. I think it must have been serviced not too long before it got parked. Okay, so that's about it on the wheel bearings. I'm just going to clean all this up, repack it, put it back on there. I'm going to clean up all this stuff and pour 15 everything, put it all back together. So I will be back next segment. Okay guys, let's all pour 15 in there. It only took like 4 ounces to do both sides. It's not completely done, but I gotta get some more. I put the new shocks on there. You can see them right in there. Here's the old ones here. They were shot. No, this one here, all the way down. I'm not sure about this one here. I don't know if it was jammed or something, but anyway, pretty much done with the front end. Got good brakes, wheel bearings. Oh, the only thing I gotta do, these old cars, they're not like new ones. They're not sealed, so you gotta get the little grease, the little ball joints, nipples. I don't know how many there is under there. There's a lot. So I have to grab my old grease gun there, make sure it works. Last time I used it, I think I got it working. Anyway, I might have to find a new one, buy a new one. So I think that's it. Just grease up the front end. Like I said, I drove it before a couple years ago and it drives straight as an arrow, so I think the front end's good. So we got the brakes, bearings, shocks, grease it up, and it should be done on the front. I just got the wheel weld to do on this one, but did all the A-frame and frame. I still got more to do under there. But yeah, I took all this side apart too. So okay, we're rolling right along. I'll be back later. I think we're going to, I got some errands to run. I gotta run out real quick. But when I come back, I think we're going to fix these rubber bumper filler things here. This one and this one. I'm gonna show you how to fix them real quick. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, just got back from picking up some supplies. Got this at Wally Mart. Got some battery cable ends, rear end fluid. The oil used to be 15 something. It's gone up to 17 something now. Same with the Bruce Jenner fluid. And went to the local paint store. I was trying to get some vinyl paint like this mixed up to put in my gun, but he said he didn't have it, but it was some young kid, so the regular guy wasn't there. Then they had some Pour 15 in stock, but I don't think they've upped the price on that. It was like $49. I think it's like $46 on eBay, so really it's gone up. It should be about $60, but. And then I got the fuel filter. It's just a universal one that was on there, so I'll just replace that. And then the oil filter, Walmart didn't have it, so I had to buy the $8 wicks. Anyway, let me get some of this stuff on and I'll be back. Okay guys, we're gonna fix these plastic fillers here. Okay, this one here has the 2 rips in it. I'm kind of in front of the camera, and then I'm trying to look behind it to get a good angle for you guys. Okay, this is the metal piece here. We got it pretty much straightened up. I can bend it a little bit more, but what we want to do is put some backing on the back of this here. Okay, so we're going to do that first. But first, we want to grab the little grinder. I thought I just had it. Okay, we're going to use this little die grinder here, and we're going to scuff it up on the front and the back of it. Basically, dig into the grooves a little bit. Okay, we just want to dig into the grooves, because we got to smooth all this out on the front, and we can do that later with a sander. But for now, we want to get the back. You could probably take this off with these little tabs here, but yeah, it may be a bit getting it back in there. So we're just going to kind of work around that and get the grinder in here. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, but okay, so we want to put some backing in there. Now, they make this stuff in little tubes like this of bumper repair epoxy, but they didn't have any, but I've had good luck with this JB weld. So I pour some out here, about to mix it, and then this is some fiberglass cloth that comes with a little kit with fiberglass resin. You can buy that at O'Reilly's or AutoZone or anything, anywhere. So I cut out a couple little pieces like this. So we're gonna mix up some JB weld. I don't know if I have enough here. Just mix it up real good. Now, this is the regular JB weld because they were out of the JB Quick. So this is going to be, we'll have to let it sit overnight. I'll apply some heat to it here in a little bit, see if we can get it to dry a little bit faster, because we want to do the backing first. Okay, so we want to spread some of this on the back here like that, and then we want to grab this cloth kind of hold it and spread. Yeah, I should have mixed up some more. Mix up a little bit more. Okay, just spread it on the back. We can cut away that with a razor blade afterwards, after it dries. Now this isn't too warped or anything, so we don't really have to heat it up. Just kind of press it. If it was, you would heat it up and bend it back first. I mean, it's a little bit messed up. Is we could probably stick a little piece of cardboard, like a little paint stick thing in there behind it. Something like that. Maybe one more piece. Okay, I'll mix up some more. Never fix any of this plastic stuff with Bondo. It'll just crack. Just a waste of time. Okay, so on the outside, you just want to kind of fill the crack in first. kind of like that. A little piece of something in there, but basically that's that area that you grinded. You want to fill that in. And this stuff sands, you know, pretty good actually. JB Weld. So you just want to kind of do it like that, okay? And then let that dry, and then you can cut away the excess, and then sand this down, and then you can spread another coat and smooth it out with a sander later. Okay, so we pretty much got that done. We're gonna let that sit. Right over there. Now this one, so I straightened out the metal part, but this plastic here is all bent. So what you use, the steel here looks like a hair dryer, but it puts out extreme heat. Extreme heat. I mean, if you went like that, it would blister your skin. So what you want to do with this is you want to heat it up and bend it back into shape. See, it's already hot. So this may take a while. Most of it's going to come out, but what you would do is pry it around. I got some of these, 2 of them, which I make clamp, and then I got a couple of pairs of vice grips. So we're going to try that, but we're just going to move it around here with a screwdriver, see if it moves. I need to find a better screwdriver. Kind of get it at the back and the front. And these things aren't very much. Yeah, it's already getting soft. Yeah, it's already bending. You see that? Yeah, it's already coming out a little bit. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do this fast before it cools down, because when it cools down, it'll stay where you got it. Okay, so we're going to put, oops, see that's hot. I'm going to stick this metal in here like this and kind of clamp it together. Now these vice grips are messed up. Okay. You can just get any two pieces of metal or something flat. So you can see that pretty much flattened it out there. So we're just going to let that sit. You could probably put some water on it, or make it dry faster, just naturally let it dry. But right there should flatten it out. Now once it's dry or cooled down, unclamp it, and it should stay right where it's at. Okay, so after that, then we're going to take a DA sander and sand all this old primer and paint and stuff off of it. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to let that dry. Let the JB weld over here dry. You can do the same thing with this. If it was messed up, put two pieces of metal behind it and clamp it. But put something so the JB weld doesn't dry to the vice grips. Put a little piece of plastic or something over it, and then you can sand that off later. So I think that's it for them two. For now, once they dry, that JB weld will take overnight, and then we're just going to sand that down with a sander. Put another little coat over it. Now you can use not body filler, but little spot putty type stuff over this, but just the smallest amount, just for like little small grooves or something. Don't use it for reinforcement or anything like that. And don't, like I said, don't ever try to fix that with Bondo or anything. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, I took those sticks out of the back of it because we didn't want them to glue in there. So I'm just going to heat this up a little bit. I don't know how good you can see that, but I just want to push that plastic down just a little bit. I think that'll be okay. Okay, let's check this. There's the other side there. They come out pretty straight. That's at the very bottom, and the bumper comes up to here anyway. And we just got that out there pretty good. So that's going to pretty much stay like that. It's got all wrinkled up like it was. So we can sand that down. This one here will have to dry overnight, and probably sand it, spread a little bit more. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the front tires on there. I had a couple of good used tires, no cracks or nothing in them. So I put them on there because these two here were getting bald and going flat and everything else. So I think they're going to be good. I don't even think I got to buy new tires for this car. Like I said, I'd like to get some wide ones for the back, but we can leave that for now. So I did that, put on new battery cables. One was broke. And then there's my grease gun there. Packed it full of the wheel bearing grease. I did the wheel bearings with. And well, you probably can't see, but I don't know. I think there's about 10 or 12 little nipples on there. So anyway, I think that's it for tonight, and we'll see you in the morning. Okay guys, I sanded these bumper fillers down. I took those sticks out and just stuck that cardboard so you can see in behind there. She's real sturdy, and just got to spread a little bit more there, smooth it out, and then I'll put a little bit, you know, right in here, and probably right in here where it's cracked and deteriorated. But anyway, we saved them. This is the one there here that was wrinkled in half. Probably put a little bit right in there, sand that, and a little bit right in there. Anyway, I done that. I gave it an oil change. Like I said before, I did an oil change when I first bought it 4 or 5 years ago. Just give her another one. It was kind of black. Topped it off with transmission fluid. We will let it sit here while I work on it and see if it leaks. Since we, the only thing I found was that speedometer cable. Tighten that up. The rear part of the master cylinder was empty. I filled it up, even though the brakes had worked. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. And I think I'm gonna have a friend come over maybe next week, and I'm gonna get some brake split around here and stuff like that. I got a one main bleeder deal, but it's just better with 2 people. Plus I got some more work for him to do. Took the air cleaner stuff off. There was one open vacuum line. I plugged that up. Gave her the Italiano tune-up, as Vice Grip Garage calls it there. I just dumped a bunch of, well, I actually had some seafoam, and then kind of sprayed a little WD-40 around the linkage and everything. So I think next video we're going to take this for a test drive and see how it works. Like I said before, when I first got it, it run good, but the idle would go really, actually after you drove it for a little bit, the idle would go high and bunch of stuff, but it actually seemed to run better just plugging that one vacuum line off. Okay, let me see here. Just made a big old mess. I'm gonna take a cutting wheel and buzz this little air dam thing off. I was gonna take it all off, but I just wanted to keep all the screws and stuff in it. I don't know if I can get another one of them. Buzz these ends off so it doesn't look so shabby, so jabby. Okay, oh, I got that fuel filter right there to do. I got a new one. I'm gonna put that in. The lines look pretty good. Like I said, this thing hasn't been sitting for 20 or 30 years, so a lot of stuff has been changed over. Them rubber lines actually say fuel injected on them, so they've been changed. So they look okay. Okay, I think that's all for this video we're gonna do. We got a lot done. Next video, we're gonna, like I said before, we're gonna do this whole ass end. Now, I just read all the comments from the last couple of videos where, you know, a couple videos ago I asked whether it should go silver with black stripes or red with a gold thing, and the consensus is 2-to-1 that silver. So I'm gonna mix up some silver, and we're gonna get all this probably under the trunk jam, the bumper fillers, this filler here. We're gonna strip all that, fix the dents around here, do all that silver, put the new taillights and stuff in, put the bumper on, and then we're gonna be done with the ass end. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it for this video. Subscribe if you haven't, bottom right hand corner of the screen. Click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, it's free. Comment. Oh, I wanted to show y'all something, see if anybody knows. I haven't looked it up yet. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this fuel gauge? I'm going to take all this dash apart here, one of these videos too. Now watch when I turn the key on for the power. See, it goes to like half, I mean, below the fuel gauge. It looks like it's another gauge or something. And it goes to half, and when you turn off the key, it kind of goes back, like it would be empty to full. So I don't know what that means. I mean, it's got power and the gauge works, but it's just over on the right instead of in the middle where it's supposed to be. And it starts right up, sounds good. Sounds pretty good. Okay, yeah, like I mentioned in the last video, got to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 1,065 at the moment. So thanks everybody for subscribing. Subscribe if you haven't. Just got monetized, which means they'll run ads and I'll start getting paid, but it's not going to be very much. In fact, for the monetization, or for the ads, there was 4 checked boxes for different ads. And I unchecked 2 of them because, like I said, I don't really need the money or anything. I unchecked 2 of them, so there'll probably be a couple ads in the videos, but not overflowing like some of them guys there. They check all the boxes and it's just half of the friggin' videos ads, and the other half is they're flogging those Ridge wallets and bullshit. I won't be doing any of that. Believe me, I won't be doing any of those, wasting the video content on vlogging stupid Ridge ads and wallet. Okay, so and then I don't know what it means. I just got monetized the other day and it just said projected income for this month is 70 cents. So well, I'd said projected income 70 cents. So I don't know if that was for the day or so far or for the month, if I'm projected as many views as I did last month. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. I'm not too concerned about it. Like I said, if I can make enough to pay the internet satellite thing there and some stuff. But okay, okay, I guess that's it. Yeah, somebody asked if these Nova emblems were original, and they look like off the 4-cylinder 80s models. I don't know, I'm going to check into that. If anybody knows, I'll check on Google search, probably find some of these Novas with the right emblems on them. I don't know if it's supposed to have an emblem. Yeah, I think it does have the emblem. I think the Nova emblem is supposed to go here. I'll round that up. I'm fixing to round up a bunch of other parts for it. Okay, so next video we'll probably do the interior, save the body pretty much to last. I did find the guy's phone number that has one of these as a parts car. It's really rough. It's been 7 years ago or 5 years ago since I've seen it. It's just a roller pile of crap, but if it has a good door on it, I'll buy it. I think he wants $300 for it. I mean, I know it's the rear end and stuff's in it. I know that he said the interior's shot. But if I can find a few good little pieces off of it, like a door, I doubt the dash is going to be any good. And then I could just sell the rest of the parts, make my money back, just like this Nova here. So I'm gonna call him probably tonight. I know he works, so probably wait till 6 o'clock or something. So we may have a parts car next video for this, even though I pretty much already got all the parts I need except for that door and the interior. But stuff like I was going to use, like the brake drums, and I already got all them. Okay, so we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.